Good morning, Vietnam. Okay, no, we're in America, but I wonder if that is they trying to make this country like Vietnam. Did you notice a lot of roads here in North Carolina need a lot of repair? The people around here, they think it's normal to go over bumpy roads and have holes everywhere. I don't think it's normal. I think they need a lot of repairing going on around here. So, when they're not repairing stuff in your town, not just the North Carolina, Washington, and other areas across the state, it's probably because the money's going somewhere else. Follow the trail of the money, honey, because the money's not going where it should be going. That's why the roads aren't getting fixed. It's not because they can't afford it. It's because the money's going somewhere where it don't need to be going. So, get these roads fixed. I'm tired of going over bumpy roads. There's no reason why we have to be in a third world country in the South and North Carolina. Fix the roads, okay? It's important because it ruins the cars. It ruins the frame of your car. And then you got to get it realigned because the roads are like dirt roads covered with asphalt or cement or whatever they use a mixture of, variation of. Fix the roads. Fix the cracks. Arctic blast, Arctic pass, whatever. Fix it. That's why there's a lot of cracks. And some of this, I think some of these cracks have been here long before that happened this year. So you need to fix these roads because they really have a lot of work down here that need to be done. Stop putting the money in defense and a lot of other things where it don't need to go and put it in the roads and in your infrastructure because that's what's going to promote better security here at home in North Carolina and in Virginia. They do a better job up north, but they need to do a better job down here. Oh, speaking about up north, Chesterfield wants to have kids go to school with uniforms, so they're already thinking about giving kids uniforms to wear as a part of their class routine. What do you think about that? Weigh on that. Leave your comments down below. Below this video where you can comment. And, be cordial. Because kids are watching. What are you doing over there? He doesn't want to speak. But anyway, but I just wanted to tell you, it's just, but I mean, what do you think about uniforms? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's a form of Nazism? What do you think? Are we doing something good for our kids? I mean, I heard both positive things, and I've heard both negative things about uniforms. But I want to know what you think, America. What you think as patriots who are of this country, Instead of hearing what the media is pushing at you down your throat, I want to hear what you got to say with your throat. And leave your comments down below. Because I don't think it's good for our kids. I think kids should be able to wear what they want and be able to have their own identity. Because that's why we're people. We're individual. They don't even have to look the same as Sears Roebucks. I mean, they say, well, it's more economical. They say it's more better because they'll look all the same and be separate from the teachers. Well, I think you can look and see a kid and a teenager, and you can see what they look like wearing the clothes they have on, whether they have a uniform or not. And you can know they're not a teacher because they're a teenager or a student or a kid or, But anyway, I just want to really iterate, about these things because these are just some of the things that are hitting the news. And then also we got flooding rains coming here tomorrow, starting late morning all the way through Saturday. So that's why I'm here instead of gone. But I wanted to let you know some of these things. So we'll let you know. I don't know if this is a weather ploy or not. And it's really weird, just speaking about weather. They're saying that chemtrails are formed by airplane exhaust. Really? I've never seen airplane exhaust leave big trails behind them like I do now. Ever until like the last 20 years. So I don't buy that story. I think there's something more to it than what they're telling us. And I know that to be true. You don't need to be putting chemicals in the air. Through your exhaust, because the government wants to do experiments by cooling the earth down or whatever you're doing with it. Because that, it's just another way of how people play like they're God, even though they're not. And they want to separate from God. That's why they do all these experiments, because they want to become God even though they're themselves, even though they're just human. And they don't know what they're doing. So they ought to leave something alone that's way beyond their comprehension alone, because God knows what he's doing. That's all I'm going to say about it. Because that's really the truth about it. And it's like a lot of things people get into that they shouldn't get into, right? And think they have the answer when really they don't know the surface of it. It's just like psychiatrics. And, why everybody's mentally ill? Because they have a different opinion other than the normal agenda or establishment's opinion. And, that's wrong. Because everybody should have their own opinion. It's not wrong to be disruptive in class when you're smart. That doesn't mean you're mentally off. That means you're bored to death. And you need to be in a class where it's more up to your level. That's why you're acting out in class. Because people, when they're smart, do that. Because they're bored. Because they're not an average yokel. Okay? All right. So that's important to know. Because, that's why I acted out in class. Because I was smart. I wasn't crazy. I was just bored to death. Because it was too below my level of understanding. Or comprehension, because it was lower than my level of understanding. And, there's a lot of people that are like that. That's why some people that are class clowns, some of them are not very well. They just like to get attention. But some of them do it because they're smart as hell. And they're just bored. That's why they act out, because they don't have nothing else to do. And it's just like my friend. I think he wants me to get off here because he's doing the water thing. But he's a good guy. But I wanted to tell you, we had a lot of weird things happening. I went down to the store, and they had coffee for $2. So you get one cappuccino coffee. You get that for $2 if you buy two. So you get two of them for $4 instead of $5. So that was a good deal. That's down at the corner store. So that's even better than some places up north, because they're still doing it for $2.50. So maybe Fast Mart, maybe you lower your price to $2. Maybe I'll come up there and buy some. You'll have a deal if you lower them, okay? I bet you're listening. Hey, I miss you all down there on Fast Mart, up there, and across from the apartments across from the store. I miss it. I miss you all up there in Hanover. And how's everybody doing up there? I hope you're doing all right. I know you listen, and I appreciate it. Please subscribe. Send your comments down below and be nice, because children do watch, and parents do too. And so do church leaders, so be careful. And really look out for your fellow neighbors. We need to be more communalized. What I mean is be more like a community. A lot of people today just live in apartments and homes and don't even know each other, even though they live right next door to each other. And that's really the sad thing. It's like I know Ben, and he knows me. He was over here helping me when I moved. He's a wonderful person. He's very nice. He's, a nice guy. And that's how real neighbors should be, like Ben. But a lot of people are not like Ben. What happened to that? The community. What happened to the sense of community? What does Jesus say in the Bible? If we're Christians, we are to practice genuine what? Hospitality. What does it mean? Doing what Ben does. You can learn a lot from Ben. And a lot of you should be like Ben. Why are you not? It's okay to go out of your comfort zone and say hi to someone that you don't know. It's not weird like a lot of people think. That's called normal behavior. Because that's how you forge new relationships. Hello? All right, where's the sense of community? Where did it go? That's what we need to look at, okay? We need to get that community back. That sense of neighborly contact, meaning not sexual, but in conversation, stimulation, discussing things, working things out together. If you got a noisy neighbor that likes to go boom, boom, bow, da, doo, doo, da, da, doo, doo, with the banging and the noise like I heard this morning that's underneath Ben, I found out where it's coming from. Because there was a fight in there this morning, I guess. That's what it sounded like. Seems like they have fights there every other day. They need to get the cops over here and get that under control. Because I think they're going to go through a wall if they keep doing this. They're going to be in somebody's apartment, they're going to be in my neighbor underneath me's apartment. They're going to go through her wall if they keep on doing what they're doing over there, because it sounds like it. That's what it sounded like this morning. And a lot of other mornings. So, what I'm telling you, we need to get back to community. Because if something happens, we're going to need each other. And we can't wait and say, well, we're living in our imaginary boxes and in our apartment shells and stay there in a cave. Because when God made people, He made us to communicate with each other. That's why we're made that way. God is image to communicate. We're not gods ourselves, but we were made to communicate and share information. Because God wants us to be a social creature, not to be a hermit, be isolated, but be together. All right, this is Michael De Silva. Just think about it. Preacher, news extraordinaire. We'll have more news updates. Keep it right here on Love FM and YouTube. Stay tuned for more updates. And be safe, everyone. Take care.